for some Final Fantasy 16. Seems likely, right? Maybe Remake 2, but that seems unlikely. Ooh, that's pretty far out. Sounds very Last of Us. Well, maybe not. Oh shit! Oh man, the remake. I completely forgot.
Gondor Wonder Roost. I've located baby.
Oh shit. Dude, I'm so pumped for this. I'm getting all tingly. You guys can't see it, but starting off strong in the state of play. Oh man, this is already more creepy than the OG4.
Guess you, me, picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
Oh, bro.
You will receive our most sacred body.
Oh man.
It begins now.
Well, it looks like all that cheesiness from 4 is gone. 4 was notoriously cheesy, in a good way. Like a B horror flick cheesy dialogue, but
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second.
sounds like the same guy from Remake 2, right?
This time, it can be different. It has to.
Damn, only less than a year.
Gondor Wonder Roost. I've located baby eagle.
I mean, it looks like, so I guess they're expanding on the backstory a little bit. Because in the OG4, you just start right in the car. And he just says, like, oh, the president sent me here. Did he know Ashley before you went after her in 4? I don't remember. Like, was he always her bodyguard? Or was this was he the president's bodyguard? I can't remember now. But clearly this is the scene he talks about. Where the president asks him to find Ashley. So maybe we'll get a little, that could just be a flashback though as well. She looks way different there. She almost looks older. What is she, like 14 in the original game? I feel like she might be a little older here. Like 16 or something. Look at the, man, the aesthetic. It's so dark and creepy. If I had to imagine, it looks like all the old RE4 cheese is not going to make it back. They're definitely going to ramp up the horror aspect. I wonder if you even have the old spots where you're like with Ashley, where you're kind of running, escorting her around. I wonder if that's because this part right here almost looked like. Did this almost look like a gameplay moment? Like the camera pans down and now you're controlling her, which you actually did control her in 4 as well, for that brief moment. You could be doing that again, possibly. And this looks like the original house you first walk in when the game first starts. I compare that to how less creepy the original one, you're also dealing with circa GameCube, PS2 era graphics. So there's only so much you can do to make all those muddy textures look terrifying. But man, this looks freaking awesome. I'm gonna shit myself playing this game. God, look at all that. This is obviously the first village. You know that chainsaw dude's coming. I wonder if you can jump in the house right here and barricade it and that little cutscene plays. Which actually, I'm wondering how much of the gameplay of 4 will make it through. You know, like the shooting guys in the knees and high kicking their faces and suplexing people and bulldogging them and all those weird ass moves you could do. I hope they come back. Part of me does. I want to spinning back kick a zombie's head off again.
Guess you, me.
And Lewis, obviously.
Strong
He was
spot to
awesome.
vacation, eh?
Man. Like, even the castle. Like, look how much more terrifying the castle looks. I feel like in the original game, by the time you get to the castle, there's nothing other than the Wolverine claw guy who comes after you because he can one-hit kill you. I felt like these regular guys were, like, not even remotely frightening. But this right here, if these dudes are coming down this terrifying hallway, all dark, and look at the lighting. This is what makes you think that that old RE4 cheese is gone. And we're going just more straight horror. Oh, that dude. What the hell is his name? The first, like, boss guy who's calls him, like, the head honcho. I don't know what he calls. I don't know what his name is, but you fight him in that barn. Yeah. Dude, what if this guy chases you like Mr. X in RE2? I was so frightened when he came busting through those doors and you hear him stomping around above you and you're like, don't know what door he's gonna come flying through. Man, if he comes in this one, if he comes through doors like that in this game, obviously Ada and the big fish. So the fish one is back. And I noticed there, if you look, he doesn't have his jacket on anymore, which makes me think maybe we'll get to fight that one random zombie. Actually, was that in Ada's campaign when that one random zombie had Leon's jacket that stole it from him? I guess the story will be fairly similar because that's clear. Oh, dude, we'll come back to that because it shows Leon getting the parasite in him, which I'm assuming that scene where he's freaking out right here. Yeah, which I think Sadler says in the trailer here in a second about giving you our greatest gift. Yeah, look at this dude. This looks like just a regular Ganado. Man, they were so much more terrifying in this game. Imagine this guy coming at you through the woods in this dark wooded area and this axe-wielding bastards coming after you. Oof.
You will receive our most sacred body. It begins.
Like, he already sounds more menacing. If you remember him from OG4, he was so ridiculous sounding. For those of you who don't remember, let's check out some of that old dialogue. Watch this ridiculous cheese this game had.
What a touching moment.
Is Salazar even gonna make it back?
All spoiled thanks to your interruption. Why don't you do us all a favor and leave before the audience gets pissed off?
You're nothing but an extra in my script, so don't get too carried away.
I'm gonna miss
Your
this.
biggest over.
This
I
is
don't ever
nonsense.
remember being a part of your crappy script.
Well then, why don't you show me what they
Look at this. Oh, this B level dialogue. If one person can keep the cheese, I think Salazar should.
I hate to break it out to you, but Salazar's dead.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yes, it seems that way.
Sadler, why don't you give up and let Ashley go home?
Perhaps you are disillusioned with overconfidence, just because you killed my small-time subordinate.
It's right here.
Sadler,
Your small time.
Oh. Writhe in my cage of torment, my
It's just so ridiculous. It's kind of endearing though. I feel like I'm gonna miss it if it's not in the new version.
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
This time it can be different. Is that implying he does know her?
It can be different.
Because I didn't think he knew her.
The pain. Even for a
I
second.
didn't think he knew her in the original 4. I thought you were
This
just
time,
hired by the president because she
It
disappeared.
can be different.
But maybe he already knows her in this game.
It has to.
Fuck, man. That's gonna be sweet. I guess the big question is, I wonder how much of the game will be intact in terms of like where you go. Because I didn't play the RE3 remake, but I heard tons of people who complained that they cut out like a whole section around the clock tower or something. And I'm gonna be really bummed out if, like, say, what's the thing, that creature you fight in that You're down in a cave and you're suspended in those sections of cages and you drop them one by one. He's chasing you. I don't know what that thing's called. It's some weird, creepy monster thing that's like, I don't know. But like if that part's not in it, or like all the El Giantes, them big bastards. Like hopefully all the crazy set pieces, like the minecarts, is that going to be in there? Like what if it was just, you go through the village and you go through the castle and like that's it? Or like the military base. They could alter the military base. It's not really a base, I guess. Well, it is kinda with the helicopter thing. That all, like, is that gonna be in there? That part's crazy where you're running through and the helicopter's gunning dudes down and you're shooting all these dudes and they're on like miniguns and who's that big guy with the giant Gatling gun? Like, is he gonna make it back? I don't know. Like, so there's some things I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to them cutting out. Interesting to see what they keep. But this might be my most anticipated game from this whole state of the play. Easily.